Hello. Are we live? I think we are. Let me just double check, guys. I am filming for a vlog, and I'm also using this to make sure that the live is working. So that's fun. But let me just double check here because I have never done this alone before, as you may know. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is weird. I can see myself. Look. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of that and I'm gonna put my vlog on actually. So if you guys want to say hi to the vlog, if there's anybody here, I don't even know. Oh, there is. There's 6 people here. Hi guys. Anyway, yeah, I am doing this live today to get some writing done for a 24-hour writing challenge. And oh my goodness, that's like maybe sounds like a lot, but it's really not that deep. But you guys will see that when the vlog comes out. But if you want to say hi to the vlog, I'm gonna record right now for a second. So make sure to say hi to the vlog. And I see some of you guys are commenting already, so that's awesome. Anyway, guys, I have spent this day trying to figure out StreamYard, which is what we're on right now. I was watching YouTube videos about it in the morning, and I think I got it figured out, even though they were quite outdated, if I'm being really honest with you. So it was a little bit like complicated because I ended up like starting a live on YouTube by accident. Not like actually live, but I started like the scheduling on YouTube instead of on StreamYard. So yeah. But anyway, hi guys. Thank you for like commenting before it even started as well. I was reading your comments and it made me feel a lot less nervous. So I don't know if I can shout you guys out or if it needs like the premium version, which I don't have. But hi Henry. Hi Rye. Or is it Ree? Sorry, I don't know. But hi. I'm so excited to have you guys all here. I have a drink here. It's what is it? Raspberry lemonade ginger ale. Yeah. Hello. So, what I was talking about in my vlog earlier today, which you guys obviously haven't seen yet because I'm just filming it, but I was talking about how I really want to really chat with you guys in this live because when I was live with Anna, it was like the best experience of my life. But also, I was so focused on our conversation together that I didn't get to answer that many comments. We answered a lot of questions, but I want to talk to you guys, answer questions if you have them. I don't really know if that's something that we're gonna do, but I would love to do a Q&A section if there's enough interest in that. But we are also gonna be doing writing, so if you guys want to write your own projects, absolutely do that. But I'm also going to be writing above book 2 of the project / series, talking a little bit about publishing, where I'm at for my debut novel, and doing a sprint or two with you guys. So if you want to get a project, or even if you're like, I don't know, have some schoolwork to do. I don't know if anyone's still in school because I think it's summer in most high schools at this point, and maybe you're in university. Anyway, I'm doing sprints, so if you want to get some work done during that time, we can do that together. Even if you don't want to write necessarily, maybe you want to read. I don't know. You guys know that better than me. But I'm going to be writing above. We have an interesting chapter to write. Of course, they're all interesting chapters, and none of them are easy for me. But anyway, I was going to ask, can any of you guys see the Flocus timer? I'm going to put it on the stage and see if you can see it. Can you let me know in the comments? So let me know if you can see that. Again, I haven't done this before, so I'm just checking to make sure. I'm glad you guys are excited. This is awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys won't be able to see my writing, which I don't think you will because I set this up ahead of time. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna read some of these comments now. What Bella said, hi Bella, I'll be working on my sci-fi novel, OMG. Finished the prologue this morning, 1,600 words. I'm an overwriter, but I'm really happy with it. Aw, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna remove this from the stage so I can focus. Anyway, that's awesome. Great job on your prologue. I have been doing a tad bit of writing today as well because I'm doing my 24-hour challenge for YouTube. But I actually haven't done writing. I've done writing related things. So revision counts towards this 24-hour challenge for me because that's another one of my big goals if you guys have been keeping up. Thanks for letting me know that you guys can see it. That's really helpful. But where was I? Where was I going with that? Anyway, I didn't do any real writing on above yet, but we are doing that during the stream. And guys, I also put on the thumbnail featuring Jude, my cat, but Jude is nowhere to be found. She might be sleeping in my bookshelf right now. So I'm really hoping Jude joins us during the live at some point, but she did jump onto my desk during the setup process, and she kind of stepped all over my keyboard, so I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen. And I have a drink right beside my computer, so that would be a real mess if she spilled it. But okay, let's talk a little bit about something else really exciting I've been doing today before we get into the first writing sprint. And that is actually my beta reader application. And that is super exciting for me because that means that some of you guys will be my first readers for Below. And I have actually had beta readers before for Partial Stars, which was being traditionally published. If you guys have seen that video, you know. I think it's called like my traditional publishing fail. Yeah. But when I was traditionally publishing that, I did have beta readers, and it was a really fun experience. I'm going to do it a little differently this time around, but on my application, I actually also have beta reader, alpha reader, arc reader, and it's called Street Team, which I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of it, but essentially they're like a fan club member. I don't know. I'm going to move on my chair. Sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, they are social media people that post about projects, your work. So yeah, there will be options on the Google form, which is actually linked on this video, this live video for the first time. I haven't linked it in any of my other videos yet, but if you're interested, make sure after the stream or during the stream, I can't stop you, to go fill out that application. I'm really eager to read all the responses from everyone and consider everyone for beta reading and alpha reading and arc reading and the Street Team if that's what you're interested in. But I did want to read you guys what I've been scheming up because these are all volunteer positions for me. I am a university student. I do not have the funds to hire people, but I am compensating my beta, alpha, arc, and Street Team members. So that will be part of the giveaway. And so what I'm thinking is to do like a smaller scale giveaway when my book launches. Not smaller scale in terms of like the prize, but smaller scale in terms of the pool of people. And that would be the beta readers and the alpha readers and potentially the Street Team. I don't know yet. But the arc readers, they receive a free copy of the book anyway. So I was going to tell you guys some of the things that I wanted to put in the giveaway potentially. Can you guys still see me? Because I just switched tabs and it's not the one I'm sharing, but it's okay. Anyway, let me just read this to you before we get into writing. The giveaway for my debut novel will be described in more detail closer to the book launch. Winners may receive items including a signed copy of Below with sprayed edges, ? Merchandise themed after project / writing / books, Fiona's Universe, etc., which may include products such as stickers, clothing, mugs. And then another one that I was testing out was crocheted items by me. I don't know if anyone wants that, but I have been crocheting since I was 11, so I love to make things for people, including bookmarks, e-readers / book sleeves, etc. And an exclusive look into book 2 of the trilogy above. We can still see you. Thank you guys so much. Okay, I'm gonna read some of your comments. Beta reader. Oh, I'm so glad you're excited. Sorry, I can't speak. So glad you're excited, Henry. Bella, I'm also watching my neighbor's dog for the week, and they have such a nice deck in their backyard that I've been sitting on all day writing. Ugh, it sounds like a dream. I don't know. I'm gonna test bringing Bella's comment onto the stage. Is that what this is called? Oh my gosh, I can do that. Okay, I didn't know if I needed premium to do it, but I don't think I do. So that's fun if we want to do a Q&A. But guys, I really want to get into some writing. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. But I really want to get into some writing. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. I don't even know what exactly I'm working on in this chapter. It is chapter 15 in Lord's point of view. So if you've been keeping up with this project, Lord is the male main character. And chapter 15 is like a good third of the way into the book. We are at how many words so that you guys can maybe remind me? 28,340. So about 28,000 words at the beginning of this live. And the first line of this, I'm going to share a couple lines of whatever I write at the end. But the first line is, I don't like that, since it's in past tense. It used to say, I am the god of decay and suffering. Let's just go with that for now. But yeah, a Q&A would be still fun to do in between sprints. I agree. That's a good idea. We'll do it after the first sprint and before the second sprint. I don't know if I'm going to do a second sprint yet, guys. I do have faint plans tonight. If you were in the last stream with Anna, you probably saw my boyfriend in the chat, Tyson. He's at work right now, so hate to disappoint, because he was quite sad he couldn't join this one, but I don't know about quite sad. He might have just been mildly disappointed, but I think he did like interacting with you guys a lot. I'm working on my Friends to Lovers book, over 100,000 words. I'm so excited. Wow, great job. I normally keep my books under 100,000 words because I don't have the stamina. I truly do not have the stamina, so good for you. Something Nameless is over 100,000, but it's a big story, you know? Anyway, I'm really nervous and putting off doing this first sprint, but I think we're gonna start. It's been 11 minutes. I love how I can see that. Anyway, we are writing a chapter where they're finally in the woods. I know you guys don't know the context of that, but essentially they've been striving to be in the woods for quite a long time now, and it's actually called the outskirts of the city. But they're basically camping out, which is what I've been waiting for this entire time. I've been wanting to write the chapters where the characters are in the woods camping out and hiding, and eventually might be found. So yeah, but I am coming off of a really, really intense scene that I wrote on the live with Anna last week, which, yes, it's been almost a week since I've written. I'm sorry to disappoint. But anyway, yeah, we're writing a scene, the first scene, where they're in the woods camping out. So excited. Ugh, I'm so excited and so nervous because I've never written in this setting before for these characters. Sorry, I can't burp. This is the only time I'm going to say this. I can't burp, so air gets stuck right here. So if you see me doing this a lot, it's to try and make it go away because I can't really talk when it's happening. But anyway, random fact for you that I keep mentioning in my videos because it keeps bothering me. But anyway, one of the characters is in really rough shape in this chapter, so that's going to be interesting to write. And there is a lot of symbolism at the end, question mark? Yeah, with the storm, because storm is like one of my major symbols in this series. But let's start the writing sprint. I'm a little nervous. I am going to mute myself during this writing sprint. Let me know. I'll check in a couple times on here in the chat and see if things are working well. So let me know. You know, I can see you and I can see the focus timer, but I can't see your writing. That would be really helpful. But let's add this to the stage. And I have it set for 30 minutes, and I think that's good for now. Because I think any longer might be a bit overkill, just because I've never done this before. But yeah, grab your project. Grab a, why is there a banner at the top of my focus? Sorry, guys. Can that go away? No, I guess it can't. Anyway, I was trying to make it go away, but grab your schoolwork, your book, your writing, anything you want to work on, and let's get started. I'm gonna mute. Let me know if this is working properly. Okay? Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you after the sprint and we'll read some of my work. And you guys can share some of yours in the comments too. So if you're writing, keep that in mind. And then if you feel comfortable and you want to, paste like a little line or anything you want about what you wrote. Okay, let's begin. That scared the living crap out of me. Oh my god. You guys, I didn't know the focus timer was so anyway. That was fun. Can you tell I was in the zone? Yeah, I really was. Oh my god, every time I write with those like by myself, I get scared, but apparently my volume is on full blast. Yep, it is. Okay. So we're fine. Anyway, guys, I had a very successful writing session. Jesus, that was a shock of a lifetime. Anyway, let me read some of your guys' comments. Oh, my mom's done here. Hi. She said, I like your glasses. Okay, you guys are saying that the alarms scare you too. Yeah, did you see me jump? That's on the internet now. Everyone's welcome. By the way, we did some great writing, like I said, but I was going to share some quotes that I wrote. Let me just finish this sentence I was writing real quick while that timer scared me. I knew that if we were... it would be my doing. Okay. Thank you for everyone who stayed for the sprint. I wrote quite a lot during that. I wrote, 800 words. There's some quick math for you. I'm at 29,165 words. We started with 28,300. Let me click on the right tab. Jeez Louise. Okay. Yeah, quotes. Okay. I can see some excitement in the chat. Let's get into some of the things I wrote. I actually didn't like highlight anything, so please forgive me while I search for some. But a few of them I can't actually share because they're huge spoilers. But let me share like some cute romance ones maybe. I'll share this little paragraph. I'm just going through and highlighting some. Let's highlight this one. Ooh, I don't like that color. I did like an ugly barf green. I want like a forest green. There we go. Okay. Maybe. Okay, no, I can't do that one. That one's a spoiler. Okay, I can't share that either, but that's my favorite thing I wrote for sure. It's a ginormous spoiler, but I can't share it. Oh, I can share this though. Okay, let me highlight it really quick. Sorry, you guys. Okay, there we go. Highlight. Okay, I'll share these two little paragraphs from my writing. So like I said, I was writing a scene where they're out in the wilderness, they're on the run, and I shouldn't say these things, but it's not that big of a spoiler. They're on the run, and hi, Tyson. Oh my god, guys, remember when I was talking about Tyson? Here he is. Anyway, they're on the run officially now. They've finally escaped the city, and they are camping out. Also, guys, I found Jude during the writing. She's in the bookshelf, as suspected. I can hear her. Are you alive? Yeah. Anyway, she might come out and say hi. I hope she does. But let's read the two quotes I highlighted. First, we have one. I'll give a little bit of context. So they're taking turns kind of like assisting Lord because he can hardly walk from what just happened. I'm not going to say what happened, but it involved fire. So he's like taken the brunt of that basically, and they're like taking turns carrying him because they are not carrying him, like helping him because they need to keep going, like they are being chased. So when it was finally Moth's turn, I don't know how much you guys know about my character Moth, but she's a secondary character. Yeah, a side character, and her fan cast is Maya Hawk, if you know. Oh hi. Okay, Tyson's commenting 1 second. I love you too. I'll talk to you after work. I'll see you after work, probably. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Moth is fan casted Maya Hawk, and if you think of like Robin, is that her name from Stranger Things? She's heavily inspired by her. Moth is, and she's just a very goofy character, lighthearted. And yeah, she's on this little journey with them. But anyway, it's her turn to carry Lord. And she drops him. Who's surprised? But she drops him after the long day that they've had. And Essentially, oh no, this is the second quote I was going to share. That's okay. I can share this one first. June says, "You should tell Moth you forgive her for dropping you." June said, helping me into an excruciating sitting position. "I don't want her feeling badly about it." I cared very little for Moth's feelings, which would have little effect, as I was quite sure she felt zero remorse for letting me fall. "I'll forgive her," I managed to say, "but if we encounter a pack of wild beasts, you know—" Okay, sorry. Sorry, missed a comma there and it ruined the reading. "But if we encountered a pack of wild beasts, you know who I'm designating as our sacrificial offering." I just love that because Lord is so sassy. And he doesn't like Moth. Moth hasn't done anything wrong, but he doesn't like Moth because their personalities very much oppose each other. But anyway, oh, you get like the name Moth? Yeah, so names are like really important in this book. And she basically, like, they are named for how they fall from the sky. And she landed with a moth on her shirt. So the Prime named her Moth. But anyway, oh, Tyson gave me a sticker. Thank you. I didn't even know you could do that. That's cool. Anyway, let's read the other thing I wrote that I wanted to share. So this one is actually comes before it in the writing. But they are at this lake that June has been to before. And like low-key, they're not far enough away from the city to be safe, but they kind of have to stop because Lord literally can't get up from the ground after being dropped. So June says, "We need to stop," June said, exasperated as she rolled me onto my back. With no energy left in my stores to move anything besides my eyes, I gazed idly up at her. My future was a beautiful one, if I lived to see it. Are you kidding me? Okay, sorry. I get really excited about my writing. I get really excited. Relationship goals, right? I know. I'm a very lucky girl. But anyway, June and Lord are relationship goals. Me and Tyson too, but June and Lord. Okay, that's the other quote I was gonna share. It's like more of a romance one. But oh, I cannot with this man's inner monologue. It is so incredible. It's like my favorite thing to write. And just like writing in his perspective in general. Like there was a couple of things I wrote where he just uses big words, which I always love, in a man, in a fictional man. But yeah, there's a lot of quotes I would have loved to share if they weren't spoilers, but I can't. So there you go. I actually could, but it seems like kind of a bad idea with the first book debuting this year, hopefully. Anyway, I think we're only going to do the one writing sprint for this live, you guys, unless I change my mind in the next like 10-15 minutes. But yeah, I had so much fun with that. I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys got some writing done or work or reading. I don't know what else you guys were doing, but let me know. And also, I wanted to talk about the revision I've been doing today. So I am filming my 24-hour writing challenge, as you may have or may not have heard at the beginning of the live, but I was doing revision during it. So yeah, revising and writing. Like obviously we just did some writing, and I'm also working on my form for alpha readers, beta readers, ARC readers, and the street team, which I will explain more in depth in a future like long form video. But yeah, I'm super stoked about that. If you're interested in applying to be one of the first readers of my book in any capacity, there's a link on this live stream and in all of my future videos until the book is out. So yeah, but I want to talk about the revisions for Below. It's going really well. I have changed my revision strategy a lot, which you also may or may not know if you watched my last video. I think it was my last writing vlog where I talked about that, where I made that decision on camera basically. But I changed my revision plan, so I'm not doing it on the iPad anymore where I read it as like a reader necessarily and then add my little comment boxes. I am doing it on my computer where I actually make the changes to the manuscript, which is working so much better. I wish you guys could see those stupid lights in my glasses. It's from my mirror because I've got like every light in my room on so that the lighting might not be horrible in this live. But anyway, what was I talking about? Guys, I don't remember. You can see my knees. I don't really care. Oh yeah, the revision plan. So it's been going way faster, and that makes me really happy because that means the book can be in your hands sooner if you want it to be. So yeah, I'm feeling really optimistic about that. And with that being said, after I'm done the live, I'm definitely gonna go back to that. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to writing more of above. That's definitely what I should do. But every time I do it live, I'm just so motivated to actually write. So maybe I should do. Oh, my dad's texting me. He says he doesn't know how to use the chat because he's old. Anyway, sorry for that distraction. But yeah, I've changed my revision plan. It's going really well. It's going really fast, and that's a good thing. I finished chapter 5. Yeah, and I finished all the chapter titles, which was a few days ago, if you saw my last vlog. But yeah, it's been really fun. And I never thought I would say that about revising because I don't like editing a book. But I think this method is going to be a lot better and get the book to you guys a lot faster. So clap for that. Anyway, also book cover stuff. Let's update on that real quick. I have the mask, if you know, Lord's Mask, June's Mask, we don't really know yet, is the cover of the book. And what I'm thinking right now, Lord's Mask is book 1, June's Mask is book 2, June's second mask is book 3, but you guys don't know about that yet. You don't even know about June's mask. So anyway, it's gonna be Lord's, I think, because I was gonna change it to be June's, but I don't think that's gonna work anymore with the timeline. But the cover is going really well, and I actually might like cross off that point on my little publishing tracker progress thing that I made in one of my vlogs where like I get a prize. And that means that I think the prize for that, my iPad's on my bed, but I think the prize for that is that I get to start planning my giveaway, which I literally already did today. So yeah, it's kind of broke the rules of that there, but it's no problem. Anyway, guys, I would love to chat with you guys if you have any questions, if you have any comments. I would love to do a Q&A right now, or even just like what would you call it if it's a comment and answer? I don't know. But if you want to share anything about your writing projects, the book you're reading, your YouTube channel, I don't know. Anything you want to share with me that you want maybe me to talk about, I'm here. Hey Hisha, I'm so glad you could join. I recognize actually a lot of you guys' names in the chat, but I do know Hisha pretty well. So thank you guys for being here, by the way, all of you. I have a question. I just have to type it out real quick. No problem. Take your time. We're just hanging out here. I think I'm gonna end the live in like roughly half an hour. Okay, roughly half an hour. But oh, girl, I've been procrastinating my writing this week. Yep. Yep, me too. I've been procrastinating everything this week. Specifically anything productive, but finally now I'm like starting to get back into my rhythm of things. And I actually made a new channel intro today, which felt very productive, and I love it so much. So stay tuned for the next video that I post because there's a new intro and end screen. Oh my god, the song on it, it sounds like it's from Harry Potter, and I love it so much. It's a like free for commercial use song from YouTube Studio. But anyway, I got sick. My writing has been slacking. Ugh. I feel so bad. When I was doing NaNoWriMo last year, I had planned to do it, and then I got sick the day after Halloween. Yeah. It was my own fault. But anyway, I couldn't start NaNoWriMo until the 5th, but I ended up doing it. So I hope that you can get through this little writing slump and get back into it. I'm sure you will. I'm still kind of in my writing slump, but every time I sit down to write, it goes pretty well, as you guys might have just seen on the sprint. But yeah, I noticed the profile updates like the banner and PFP. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you noticed. I made the banner today actually, and I changed the profile picture today. I think I made the intro and outro last night, but you guys haven't seen that yet. But the banner I'm really proud of, and it's a good sneak peek for the intro and the end screen. I keep saying outro. it's like the end screen of the videos. If you guys have seen mine right now, what you guys have seen is the purple one with the cat, which was supposed to be Jude, my cat, who's inside my bookshelf, if you haven't heard. But yeah, I want her to come out so I can show her to you guys, but she's taking a nap in my books, which is kind of fitting, I think. But anyway, I did do a lot of updates to the channel, guys, and I updated my description box as well. So you might see the beta reader, alpha reader, etc. application down there, and you might see the author Instagram page down there. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question. Okay, the unofficial illustrator asks, so how do you get over being camera shy for vlogging? Sorry, I'm bad at reading out loud. I've asked several people this question, but I never get a response. I love writing vlogs. I'm running out of characters. Hang on. I'll read the rest over here. But I'm terrible at filming myself when my family is around, even with my art videos, which is just my hands and art. Okay. I actually do have things to say. If you guys hear squeaking sounds, it's because I'm adjusting on my chair and it's made of leather and I'm wearing like athletic shorts. Anyway. Thought I'd say that. But this is a really good question, actually. I was thinking about this earlier today, and that's a coincidence. But anyway, I actually, I was the kid who, when it was time to do a presentation in school, I would go beet red. I would basically go mute. I wouldn't want to speak. I would whisper, and it was really hard for me to articulate anything, even if it was written out, like a script. But honestly, YouTube has been something I have always wanted to do, and it really is nothing like being in a school format, which I know you didn't mention, but for me that's what I kind of equated it to for so long, and being nervous to talk on camera, nervous that people were going to judge me, and nervous that I was going to judge myself. Honestly, I used to have a big problem with when I would record videos for school or whatever, I would hate my voice. And I started getting comments on TikTok that were because I did TikTok before YouTube, kind of. We can talk about that timeline if you want, but I would get comments that were I really like your voice, and it really helped me. But regardless, I think what you have to do to get over the camera shyness is literally just do it, even if you don't post the videos. I used to film myself a lot as a child for fun. Me and my sister had a YouTube channel called Twin Talk, and I think that was the building blocks for how I became comfortable on camera was that YouTube channel. I had another one in 8th grade, which also helps because, yeah, I've always wanted to do this. But anyway, I think just knowing, especially here on AuthorTube, if that's what you want to do, people are very accepting for the most part. They're very kind, and I'm really lucky that all my viewers are at least really kind, and nobody's judging you, even if you're a little shy. You probably feel more nervous than you look, if that makes sense. But anyway, I think just being confident in yourself, even if you are a little bit more shy, own it. Because I used to be, if you watch some of my videos from October, November, I was a little bit more subdued than I am now. Now I just spew whatever, but it definitely comes with time and practice. And I know that that might not be what you want to hear because that's what everyone says, but it's the truth. And I like to just think of my camera as being all of you guys instead of the potential haters out there or this huge audience that I don't have and I don't really want, if that makes sense. It's so intimidating sometimes to be on the internet, but at the same time, majority of people that will be watching you, at least this is how I view it, they're kind and they want to support you. And I feel like I'm just chatting with a friend at this point. So I hope some of that spewing of yapping helped you. But yeah, I really encourage you to just start doing it and try. And even if you have to refilm a clip a couple times, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up if it's difficult at first, because I think it's difficult for everyone at first, honestly. I certainly wasn't a natural at it by any means. Okay, let's move on. Stop. When you mentioned your TikTok, it reminded me of the Ship Talk era. Do you guys really want me to talk about that? I know. Okay, so let me talk about, since I talked about my YouTube journey a little bit, I'll talk about my TikTok as well, which some of you guys might be from TikTok, because my platform over there is quite a lot larger in comparison to this one. But it actually started out, like Hish just said, on Shift Talk, Harry Potter TikTok, Draco Talk, you know. You know the vibe if you were around in 2020 on TikTok. Yeah. I I was so nervous to post my face on TikTok. I was only how old was I? 15 in 2020? I was in grade 10. Yeah, so have been on TikTok for 5 years in November, which is crazy. But I was really nervous to post my face. But I was super passionate about posting Harry Potter content and Shift Talk. And I don't regret that whatsoever. I think it's so cool. I think it's not embarrassing that that's how I spent my entire high school career. I think it's awesome because I am not a normal person and I never claimed to be. And to do something like that, like, first of all, everyone was doing it in 2020, but I did it quite a bit past that. I think I stopped doing it in like 2023, basically, and I merged more into writer talk. I almost said author too, but it can't be author too if it's TikTok. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with it, guys, and sometimes I miss that era. I think we all miss that era if you were there and you participated. But yeah, it was a fun time in my life for sure. Like a really fun time in my life. And I still love Draco Malfoy. Are you kidding me? Fictional boyfriends? Yeah. Anyway, still love fan fiction as well. I used to write fan fiction. There's some more lore for you. I had one go quite viral on Wattpad. Actually, my AO3 one didn't do too bad either. The Dramini one, I never finished it though, so it's a whip. But it was a lot better than I Told the Stars About You. I wrote a lot of fanfics actually. I think I wrote 3 completed, and then a million billion of the like whips. But yeah, they were like as long as a novel and interesting to say the least. But I would still write fan fiction low key if I got a good idea for it. It's just so fun, like, and such good writing practice to be in like a setting that you know and love, that you don't have to create, but you can write about it, if that makes sense. Like you describe Hogwarts, for example. You describe the dorm, like you describe these characters that you're familiar with, but you describe them to readers as if maybe they're not as familiar with them, fall into their voices. That was my absolute favorite part of writing fan fiction, was specifically Theodore Knott's voice. I loved, because he doesn't really have one, right? He's canon, but he's not like he's not in the books or the movies. Well, he's in the books. He's not in the movies. But he doesn't like talk very much in the books, I don't think, at all, maybe. But I wrote him in such a I just loved writing him. I loved him so much. His voice was so distinct to me, and so was Pansy's. But yeah, I love fan fiction. I hate when people hate on it because, like, yeah, it can be kind of cringe sometimes. But like, come on now, we all had a phase, and also my phase never ended because it's such good writing practice, and it's also fun to read. Come on now, especially Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, but I don't know what you guys read, but I'm sure that's great too. Anyway, it's no fun being normal. Emphasis on this. I completely agree with you. I found this shirt that I'm gonna buy, and it says weird on it. I'm obsessed, essentially. Oh, I'm glad that you found my advice, if you can even call it that, helpful. Anyway, you read my fanfics during lunch in high school. That's incredible. That is incredible right there. My best friend used to read them during class when I was sitting right beside her, and that was fun. High school was a fun time. I wish I still had my old HP fanfics from when I was like 10. I know. I still have mine on my Wattpad, if I'm still signed in. I don't know. But I also have Saturn Sun on Wattpad. Don't go read it. Don't go read it, specifically if I know you. Actually, I might have taken it down. For a while, I was going to put A Girl Called Love on there, but I don't think Wattpad's my scene anymore, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't think I can do it. But yeah, I don't really know what else to chat about on the live, guys. I don't know if we're going to do another sprint. Realistically, I should do another sprint. I think if we do one here, let me go on to Flocus and set a new timer. Let's do 20 minutes. 20 minutes because I feel like I can still write, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I still have some in me. Um, it's crazy how long I've known your TikTok. Yeah, His has been watching my TikTok for like an extremely long time, which I love and appreciate. And also, it's really almost hilarious to me because I've kind of grown up, not grown up on TikTok necessarily, like with my age, but definitely with my maturity and like my content, it's kind of changed a lot on there. So it's really cool that you specifically have seen all of that up until this point. But yeah, I think we are gonna do a 20-minute focus. So I kind of was unprepared to do this, not gonna lie. I wanted to be done with writing, but I know I can do more. So we're going to do more. Anyway, grab your book if you want to read, grab your homework, grab your writing, and I will hopefully have some more quotes to share with you at the end of this live. Oh, also you could grab like your plotting if you're doing like a chapter outline or like a book plot brainstorm session. You know what I mean. Just grab something like that. And I will be back with you soon. I'm going to mute during the writing. And I'm a little bit nervous again because we're just going to take this wherever it goes. I have no idea. I know where the chapter's headed, but typically I go off course. So wish me luck. Anyway, I'll share with you guys some quotes once I'm done. Let's do this. Hello. Oh my goodness. Notice how it didn't scare me that time because I was prepared. Okay, so that was our little 20-minute writing sprint. Let me know if you guys did some writing or what you worked on during that time. I'm going to remove the focus timer. There we go. Okay, we're back to what I'm used to. Okay, so I am going to share just a few little bits of what I wrote. Maybe just one actually, because I don't exactly know what to share. I did spend like the last 45 seconds of that highlighting one paragraph to read. So maybe we'll start there. And if I want to do more, we will look after that. Okay. I'm just catching up on the chat, you guys. A couple people had to go. That's okay. See you next time. Thank you for joining. And okay, let's read this little paragraph. I'm going to try and give some context. I got productive in the last minute. LOL. I got distracted too many times. That's so real. I got distracted a few times. That was not my most productive writing sprint, but it was okay. I wrote, let me see. Okay, I'm at 29,710 words. I think I started at 29,100 and something. So that's not too bad, actually. I think that's about 600 words, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, whoops. I'm going to close the focus. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, let me read this paragraph to you guys. It's a bit of a longer one, so bear with me, but I'll give some context. So they've made it to this lake, and they're going to stop for the day. And I've actually been wanting to write this specific scene since before I started the book. It's been in my notes app. But anyway, that's a little fun fact for you. But Lord really wants to go in the water because he thinks it's going to help him. And it will, but he wants to go in the water. So that's the backstory here. And June has swam in this lake many times before. It's a very secret location in the city. No one really knows it's there except for June. And Lord, as we're about to find out. Anyway, let's read. I'm not very good at reading out loud again, so bear with me. June must have noticed the way I watched her friends, who seemed to have left the pressures of our lives behind us in the woods. You want to go in, she assumed. I come here to swim during storms, you know. I run through the rain as if I'm going to keep running until they dare to catch up to me. The lake always causes me to pause, and I can't help but swim. I'd known June liked to swim at the lake since the first time I followed her there when we were 16 years old. An interesting tradition, I answered. What is it about storms? I used them as an escape, June replied. Another is distracted during storms. You know how the citizens cower under the threat from above. With everyone hidden inside, I flee. To me, storms are a way to return to the nothing of before, a means of rebirth. And then Lord says, You are my storm. Anyway, a bit of context for that. Before is capitalized. It's this sort of limbo state that these people were in before they fell from above, which is a location that's also capitalized in this series, in this trilogy. So yeah, essentially when it storms, which storms are very important to this, they think that above is threatening war upon them with the lightning because they don't know the science behind storms, weather, lightning. They don't know any of that. So they think it's above either coming down to like start a war with them or to punish them. It's really just a storm. Anyway, that is the scene I've been wanting to write for a while because it's the first time Lord says out loud that June reminds him of a storm. And yeah, that's the one quote I wanted to share. Let me just check if there's any others that I wanted to read. I really don't think there was. I wrote a lot of gory stuff, which was borderline disgusting, but just have to suck it up sometimes when you're a writer, you know? But yeah, 600 words is not too bad. I actually want to do a final word count update for this full stream, so please bear with me. We started with 27,000. Does anyone remember? 27,300 words. And then we ended with 29,710. So Okay, there's no way I wrote 2,000 words. I can't do math, and I can't really remember what the starting word count was. So please forgive me. I think it was 27,300 or so that means we wrote I can't do a lot of words. Let me highlight it for you. But anyway, that was a really productive writing sprint, and I hope that you guys had fun with it as well. I sure did. Yeah, we did not write 2,000 words, Fiona. We wrote like 1,500. That's pretty good for this whole day. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Pretty good. Pretty productive. Second sprint, less so, but obviously it was only 20 minutes, so can't really expect that much. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this stream here, you guys. I am going to move on to probably more revision up below, so get excited. And also make sure to check out the application form in the description box if you're interested in working and reading my book. But yeah, I look forward to checking the responses on that. And I want to say a ginormous thank you to all of you who joined this stream because it was my first stream alone. I did the one with Anna New recently, but I am doing one on my channel for the first time right now. So I'm a little like unsure, of if this went well. I think it did, and I hope you guys had fun. But yeah, it was my first time, so a bit nerve-wracking, and I think it was great. I had a lot of fun, and I was productive. I hope you guys were too. And get excited because I have a lot of cool videos coming up, including the 24-hour challenge that I'm currently doing. So stay tuned for that, and I hope that you had fun. Oh, thank you for your sweet comments. And I'm glad you had fun. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. I don't really know how, but bye guys. I love you so much. That's how I always end my videos, so I thought I'd end the stream like that too. Bye bye. I love you.